Lincoln. John Lincoln, it's a-coming.
Boy or gal?
Ain't far enough along yet for a tag.
How's Nancy standing?
She's a praying.
It's a boy? Belongs to me, all right.
Shucks. He'll never amount to nothing, no how.
Homely as a mud fence.
What are you allowed to call him, Addie?
Abraham. There he is, ugliest, laziest, smartest man in New Salem. Ain't James?
Well, I don't mind my face. I'm behind it. It's the people in front that get charged.
With any man in shoe leather, it's the hook man.
All because the bragging, I do the running.
You better dust off that shoe then, stranger, for you ain't here for long.
Well, I was aiming to settle here a while.
This ain't no peaceable town.
Well, I'm a peaceable man.
Wait till Jack Armstrong gets hold of you. He'll throw you out that door like you're a sack of meat.
Big fella?
No bigger than you, but he's champion of this country. He ain't never been late. And when he sees you...
Folks can't even stick without his say-so.
Shut me out of that door, you say?
like a sack of meal.
Well, that's a pretty long shot for a peaceful man.
Bobby!
Now, Armstrong, can't you leave us be? You just busted up over in Simpson's place and scattered new flesh all over the county. Man, don't you ever rest.
Bobby! That yellow-livered baboon from Indiana.
I come from Indiana, but not that far.
Well, get out. Let's see what bones I want to crack first. Get a good hold, Jack. Your neck broke. Get a good hold. This is the easiest rifle you ever had. Watch your head. I'll pull to him, Jack.
Abraham.
Let's get it, Jack. Come on. Get him. Get him, Jack. Come back. Other boy, get him. Get him, Jack. I'll take his head out. You're the champion. Come on out here! I'm the big buck of this lick! Yeah, you are, eh? Come on, boys! He's open fire! What's your name?
Lincoln? Abraham Lincoln.
Well, then, we're going to make you one of us. Come on, boys! I'll set him up. It's about time. Lifting him up and let's have some of that rattlesnake fire. He said he was a peaceful man. He was peaceful like a wild cat.
Yeah, that's what he was. Like this foreign liquor, ain't it? That is foreign liquor.
Come on, Abe. Why is yours?
No, I don't care much for it.
Oh, come on. Have a drink, Abe.
Well, I'll drink if you take it like I do.
How's that?
Lift up the barrel, drink it out of the bung.
Ain't no man living can do that.
Well, I'll show you, boys.
Again. Maybe can't try it.
Like that.
It is not standing still. I told you this was now. I've seen him at 500 pounds. Big hand.
Ain't you drinking? No. Teetotal?
No.
Informer?
No, I don't regulate nobody's drinking. Just more.
In this sense, the term law includes any edict, decree, order, ordinance, statute, resolution, rule, etc.
Etc. Well, my old daddy taught me how to work, but he never taught me how to like it.
Reckon I'd better keep on with the lesson.
I'd rather keep on with something else.
You made a bad bargain making me the professor.
Well, he told me about that, too. He said if you make a bad bargain, hug it all the tighter.
But he didn't mean this kind of a bargain.
Well, don't you like it, Ann, when I hold you tight?
I guess every girl sort of likes that. Now, Abe, what is law?
Well, Professor, law is a rule of human conduct governing the...
Abe, I ain't paying you no 40 cents a day to spark a pretty gal.
Well, Uncle Jimmy, don't charge nothing extra for it. Just throw it in.
I'm expecting a sight of rails out of you. He's the best rail splitter in the country.
He'll be more than a rail splitter.
How old are you, Uncle Jimmy?
Nearer than 40.
I'll get you out 40 more rails than you expected.
Yeah, maybe you better make it nearer than 70.
Now, Abe, your professor needs a seat where there's more law and less temptation. Oh, Abe!
Are you all right, Ann?
Oh, I think so.
Are you hurt?
My legs are still on me.
Scared me worse than it did you.
Did it, Abe?
You know, Ann, if anything happened to you, I don't think I could live.
Funny, Abe. I feel the same about you.
You taught me how to love.
Have I taught you to like it?
It's awful nice this time of day.
Yes, Abe.
Can I tell you sort of a story, Ann?
Why, of course, Abe.
Well, there was a town in Illinois called...
New Salem?
Yeah, that's it. And in that town lived the prettiest girl in the world.
What was her name?
Ann Rutledge.
Oh, Abe.
What I'd like to find out about that girl is did she ever take a little time off to think about getting married?
Well, maybe.
Because there's an Abe Lincoln hanging around that's a pretty good catch.
What's he like?
Oh, he's a big merchant, owner of 3 stores, all bankrupt.
Well, is he handsome?
Well, his pa said that Abe had been cut out with an axe.
Politician, too, I hear.
Yes, he's got less property and owes more debts than anybody ever run for the legislature.
Oh, Abe, now you'll do all right when you get started.
Well, there's something I'd like to start right now if I thought I could finish it. You know, Ann, I've always done a lot of dreaming. And lately it seems when I dream, your face gets mixed up in it.
Does it really, Abe? Tell me about the mixing.
Well, I feel as though I'm going to be seeing your face till the day I die. Of course, I know that'll be pretty hard for you to have to look at my face that long.
Everybody to their own opinion.
Meaning?
Well, I think it's the dearest, kindest, most beautiful face in the whole world.
Oh, Ann. Of course, I know that's just flattery, but I love it. You know, I feel like little Jimmy Watkins. He got a hunk of gingerbread the other day and says, I guess there's nobody loves gingerbread like I does, and gets so little of it.
Oh, Abe.
And will you marry me? I mean, of course, when I get out of debt and can support you.
Well, you know, Abe, I've intended to for a long while. That is, of course, if you ask me.
You mean?
Yes, Abe. You've got...
Oh,
He's been asking for you.
Came as soon as I could. I had the fever pretty bad myself.
I've got to tell you the truth, Abe. It's hopeless. Perhaps by tomorrow. No longer.
I'm so glad you came, Abe. Are you all right now?
Now, don't bother about me, dear. I'm all right now.
I know the truth, dear. It's goodbye.
No, Ann, dear. You're not going to leave me. I won't let you.
We must be brave, dear. Don't take me away. Don't take me away. It's so dark and lonesome going.
Ann, you mustn't let go.
If they'd sing, I wouldn't be so afraid. In the sweet by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. We will meet there, dear.
Oh, I love you so.
I love you so. We
any better, Bones?
No, not much.
I'll tell you, Doctor. He's just like a sick child.
He was lost for 5 days before we found him.
Yeah, I know.
We took his pocket knife away from him. We were so feared something might happen.
Well, good gracious, Abe, you're looking better.
No use trying to talk to him. He just can't answer.
We could only think of something that would just bring him back. I guess time's the only thing.
Why should the spirit of mortal be proud? Like a swift fleeting meteor, fast flying cloud. Flash of the lightning, break of the wave. And he passes from life to his rest in the grave.
My goodness, Mary Todd, just think. He'll be here in a few minutes. The catch of America, Stephen A. Douglas. Just think of being his wife.
Don't be in such a hurry, sister. I'm not even engaged yet, much less married.
But if he should propose...
How do I know he's going further than anyone else in Springfield? When I pick a husband, sister, I'll pick a man.
But I don't know what you're talking about.
A lot of people seem to think a man named Abraham Lincoln is going even further than Mr. Douglas.
Why, Mary Todd, have you gone crazy? You compare an unknown cornfield lawyer with a brilliant, cultured gentleman like Stephen A. Douglas? Why, if you just saw the two of them together, you'd know.
Here. Mr. Douglas is down in the parlor and he's asking for Mary. Oh.
Now, Mary, you must be very careful. And remember now, he doesn't like to have girls too bold.
Don't get so excited, sister. And don't hurry me. I'll take care of myself.
Right through the dance like grace itself, Miss Todd.
Always the politician, Mr. Douglas.
Wouldn't be a politician with so fair a constituent to win. Exquisite.
The fan, Mr. Douglas?
No, the fair owner herself. May I look
Mr. Douglas, I wonder if you'd do me a great favor.
Yes.
And pray present me to this young lady.
Miss Todd?
Yes.
May I present one of the leading lawyers of Springfield? Mr. Abraham Lincoln.
Mr. Lincoln?
Miss Todd, I wonder if you'd honor me with the next dance.
Why, I'd be delighted.
Miss Todd, you thought my face was funny and the way I dressed even funnier, but the joke's on you.
I don't understand.
Wait till you dance with me.
Did you get the license, Mr. Lincoln? Well, she got you. I knew she would when she started out the first time for you.
Now, Billy, don't bother me. I'm going to be married, and I'm scared to death.
Oh, don't be alarmed. There's many a bite that's worse than a bride.
Yes, but, Billy, that woman scares me. Why, she's even got the ridiculous idea that I could get to be president.
Oh, don't take that seriously. Every spunky girl thinks her husband ought to be president.
I know, Billy, but it's a pity to fool her. And she's a fine woman. Smart as pepper and pretty, too.
She'll be a great help to you, Mr. Lincoln. But you've got to keep climbing with her.
Yes, I know.
I've got the best supper you ever tasted. And the cake. Mmm. Wait till you see that cake.
Well, what can have happened to Mr. Lincoln? It's long after the...
He would be late at his own wedding. Now, never mind, Mary. If he doesn't come soon, I'll send John after him.
He's hours late already.
Now,
Think of that.
No, sister. Calm yourself.
For heaven's sake, you got to hurry.
Hey, Billy, you go ahead. You go on over, and I'll come later. I doubt if there's a word in the dictionary that could tell how I feel. Say, Billy, what does a man do if his head's all right, but his legs are cowardly?
Well, my cure is to get drunk.
Well, my legs are too frightened to pay any attention to liquor.
Well, I'll go ahead and tell him that you're coming.
Ann. Ann. Ann.
Everywhere. But we can't find him. No, can't find him. Not at the office.
Well, what on earth happened to him?
Well, he was in a terrible state when I left him. He was so frightened and upset. I imagine he just ran away.
Ran away from me? On our wedding day?
Now, sister dear.
Don't listen, Eve. Can you imagine? That's what it's hard gets for engaging herself to a country baboon.
Oh, Mary, dear, you
You may as well all go home. You hear me? You may as well all go home. Not gonna be any wedding here. You all go home as far as I'm concerned.
Well, this is so distressing.
You certainly are a matchmaker. To reconcile those two after what happened 2 years ago.
Well, we all like Mr. Lincoln, and Mary's just the girl to push him along. Oh, Mary, how sweet you look. What a lovely dress.
Yes, it's overcoming to her, too. Oh, it's just,
Maybe that's Mr. Lincoln now. It all seems so strange, having things end this way.
just as it should, Amy. You and Mr. Lincoln will make a great man.
Good morning, Mr. Lincoln.
Morning.
Come, my dear, we'll leave the happy pair alone.
Morning, Mary. Mary, you don't have to bother about me anymore. I think I've settled down at last. I hope I can make your future all you desire.
We'll say no more about it, Mr. Lincoln. I really think, after all, you need me.
You need a lot of patience to put up with me, Mary. But if anyone can do it, I'm sure you're the one. Ah, Mary.
prize speaker, but this way till old Abe gets a hold of him on slavery.
You're crazy.
Abe Lincoln has no more chance of being Douglas for Senate than I have. Why, he only went to school for 3 months.
There must be no issue of slavery.
We must face the fact
I run Mr. Lincoln out of this campaign.
I will not throw mud.
Let each state mind its own business, and this republic can exist forever, divided into free and slave states.
Right, he's right.
We will not allow the extension of slavery to any state. We will not allow the secession of any state. Above all, and before all, the Union must be preserved. Divided against itself must fall. Mary. I'm home, Mary.
You must be tired, Mr. Lincoln. Sit down. You just sit right here. I'll get your supper for you in a minute.
Billy, I feel like the little boy that stubbed his toe. It hurt too bad to laugh, and he was too big to cry. I'm 50 years old, Billy. Failure and everything. If I died today, nobody'd ever know I'd lived.
Come in. Mr. Lincoln, I want you to meet Mr. Fell, one of the most important men in Eastern politics.
I'm pleased to meet you, Mr. Fell.
I'm honored indeed, Mr. Lincoln.
Meet my partner, Mr. Herndon.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Herndon?
Happy to meet you, sir.
Would you sit down, gentlemen?
Thank you. Mr. Lincoln, your campaign against Douglas has made you a national figure. I am here to ask you if you will consider being the Republican Party's candidate for the presidency.
Did you say a failure in everything?
A telegram for you, Mr. Fell.
Oh, thank you. Mr. Lincoln, you know ever since John Brown's raid, the South has been infuriated, the East on the verge of revolt, and now New York threatens to quit the Union.
No, New York mustn't do that. They must keep the front door on the hinge. There can be no secession.
The Union must be preserved.
The crisis is at hand, Mr. Lincoln, and we believe you are the man.
Well, gentlemen, I feel deeply grateful.
Pa, Ma says if you don't come on home, you won't get no supper.
See, Mr. Fell, I have another crisis. The soup and the country are boiling over together.
Ma's boiling, too.
It needs deep consideration.
Well, Mr. Lincoln, maybe we meet you at our hotel later.
I'll be there within the hour.
Thank you.
Come on, Pa. Come on, Pa. We're
They've started it. This is going to mean war.
The darky saw it himself. John Brown and a gang of abolitionists have captured the armory at Harper's Ferry. They're arming the slaves to rise up and murder us all.
Yup. They give us all rifles. And what you do with yours?
What I do? I'll throw the dam. Now, if they see, you tell. They can't invade Virginia. Boys, go home and get your guns.
What's all this talk about guns? This thing has gone far enough.
We'll be murdered in our bed by our own slaves.
Pardon me, ladies, while I find out about this desecration.
John Brown, eh?
Abolitionists.
It's an outrage.
Outrage isn't for words. I'll shoot on sight every abolitionist who dares defile the soil of old Virginia.
Who's he? That's the actor, John Wilkes Booth. Can't act, but the women don't know it.
All right, men. Get your guns, and we'll meet at the square. At the square!
Can't say much for her disposition.
Hush. Can I hear you?
soldiers indeed. They can't even carry drums. Here, you. No, the stupid-looking one. Put that over there, and you... Idiot. Good heavens, don't look at me like a duck in a thunderstorm. Hurry. Hurry, will you put them in there? Oh, I never saw such a lot of incompetence. And as for you with the whiskers, I told you to put it in there. Oh, is it going to take forever? Thank heavens that's the last. Imbecile.
Well, Mary, we're here.
Yeah, thanks to me. If it wasn't for my advice, you'd be out in Oregon chopping trees.
Yes, you're always right, Mary.
Well, I found out one thing, Abraham Lincoln. Servants here are no better than they are in Springfield. This place hasn't been cleaned in over a year. Why, Mr. President.
Huh?
Then we agree that the situation of our country is most ominous.
Most alarming.
Certainly.
We agree that we must yield to the demands of the South and evacuate Fort Sumter.
Absolutely.
It's the only solution. That must be done.
We agree that our president must be firmly guided by us.
We must make every effort to control his inexperienced judgment.
We certainly must.
Yes.
Gentlemen.
President?
President.
Good morning, President.
Thank you, Hay. Thank you, gentlemen. I will shoulder all responsibility. The relief shall go to Fort Sumter. That means war. Mr. Seward, I am a man of peace. But the Union shall be preserved.
$75,000. Might be difficult to get that many volunteers. Mr. President, the people demand a victory. Now we've got to take Richmond.
The country is discouraged. We must do something, Mr. President.
Well, that reminds me of a story about a man building a boat to cross a river. Got impatient building the boat and started swimming.